mic check. Well, thank you, Longshanks, for joining the party. All right, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let's get audio. We have audio return. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. All right, somebody just hit the fire button. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages, have my cocktail and as to do. Let's get this party going.
A little ordinary? Is it lacking something awesome? Well, head out to your local liquor store and pick up something extraordinary. Grab a bottle of Old Humble Straight Whiskey or Old Humble Special Reserve. They're clean, smooth, easy drinking whiskeys that taste the way whiskey should taste. From humble beginnings to an extraordinary finish, Old Humble whiskeys are what your bar needs today. Walk tall, be awesome, and drink humble. Old Humble Straight Whiskey and Old Humble Special Reserve. Get yours today.
Get yours today, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I am the Old Humble guy. I am here as your spirit guide for the night for this regular Wednesday night installment of our Old Humble Happy Hour. We had a little technical difficulty tonight getting everything fired up, but I think I've gotten that addressed. I am, as some of you might guess, the owner and operator of the Old Humble Distilling Company. I make these award-winning whiskeys behind me. And tonight we are giving away a box of those whiskeys. In fact, this box of those whiskeys. It is 5 samples of our whiskeys. We've been doing this giveaway now for a little over 2 months. This is the final opportunity to get in on the show, get in on the giveaway. We have our 5 bottles of whiskey. We have our straight whiskey, Special Reserve, Double Oak Rye, and Boomtown Bourbon. And then a 5th mystery bottle that is unlabeled. I wonder what that could be. I'm not telling. We have a cigar from a local cigar shop, the same cigar shop that I got this box from. And, of course, a pair of my authentic biohazard sunglasses, a pair of sunglasses of the same brand that I picked up while on vacation prior to the launch of our happy hour and prior to the initiation of the broad lockdown for the pandemic. I thought it was appropriate. Biohazard is what started our shows. Biohazard is what started our channel in March 2020. I mean, we had the channel before March 2020, but March 2020 is when we started doing shows. Um, and tonight's show is really a celebration of that. I don't really have a specific topic to talk about, but I am going to talk about the history of the channel just a little bit because I'm proud of where we've come from with the channel. I'm proud of excuse me. I'm proud of what we've done. I'm proud of how we've grown, what we've accomplished as a channel. I took some notes about the growth of the channel over the course of the last year or so, 2 years. But I wrote it down in a different notebook. So there you go. So what's going to happen tonight? What we've done. Let me explain the giveaway. We have worked over the course of the last 2 months, roughly. We've done our live shows. Cheers, everybody. Have a drink on me. Cheers. This is my Boomtown bourbon in a shot glass. I do have an unboxing that I'm going to do as well in the first hour of the show. But cheers, everybody. Huh. The ice is melting. I can hear it crackling. Cheers to you. Cheers to you and yours. Anyway, what I was saying is, um, in the early days of the show, we started off in March 2020, in the middle of the pandemic, middle of the lockdowns. It was a quaint little show, just an old humble happy hour, where me and my lovely wife, literally sat on the back patio in front of our fire pit. We had just gotten back from vacation. We didn't have anything else to do. We had just gotten back from vacation. She's a teacher. I'm an essential employee who runs his own business, but that makes me essential. But I couldn't get into any of my shops and for tastings and shows, so I was my entire company was shut down. I wasn't able to do anything. Wasn't able to do hand sanitizer. Wasn't able to do literally anything except sit on my hands. So we started doing the show to continue to promote the brand and continue to try and sell whiskey. We're doing Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. Live from our back patio in front of a fire pit. We talked about our travels. We talked about not just our most recent travel, but travels prior to that, other trips and places we've been, things we'd seen, national parks, and all that stuff. It was quaint. It was fun. It was adorable. We had twos and twos of watch audience. We hooked up with a group of performers who had lost their stages and they were working on Twitch. So we opened up a Twitch channel and we crossed over with Twitch called Cabin Fever Livestream. We broadcast to Twitch, YouTube, and sometimes Facebook, sometimes Twitter. And then, like I said, we had twos and twos of people watching throughout most of 2020. The rest of 2020, we added 100 viewers or 100 subscribers pretty early. So that by early June, we added 100 subscribers so that we could get our unique name, Old Humble Distilling Company. YouTube.com/Old Humble Distilling Company. So we were able to do that, and over the course of the rest of 2020, we added another 300 or so subscribers. We grew the channel up to about 400 subscribers. Not stellar growth, but it was a very niche market and very tight market. But we were able to get up to about 400 subscribers. And then over the course of 2021, I added only another 100 subscribers throughout the course of 2021. Not stellar achievement, not stellar growth. I think somewhere along the line, I had one short pop off for, I don't know, a couple thousand views. It was not a remarkable traction. We weren't doing great stuff. It wasn't amazing. We're doing our happy hour still once or twice a week. Having fun, goofing off, chilling out, selling whiskey, drinking whiskey, having fun with our friends. But then as the pandemic started to lighten up, as everything started to break free, as everything started to resume normality, um, bars were operating again, stages were operating again, crowds were showing up to places again. My performers quit coming on the show, so I wasn't getting the interviews anymore. I wasn't getting the shows anymore. So then around over the course of 2021, I added only about another 100 subs. Not getting a ton of views, not getting a ton of traction, debating whether or not I even wanted to keep doing the show. But we were having fun, and I was having fun enjoying myself. And then in 2022, I said, you know what? I'm going to get serious about this channel, and I'm going to use the channel um, as an avenue. Really focus my energy. Use the channel as an avenue to promote my brand, promote my company. And I wanted to get more views for the company, more views for the channel, and then turn that back into selling more whiskey because that ultimately is my goal: is to sell whiskey. I'm a whiskey maker. That's what I do. I make whiskey. I'm not just a guy with a YouTube channel who makes whiskey. I'm a guy who makes whiskey who has a YouTube channel. So that's where the focus needed to be. And this counter at the end of 2021 was sitting at like 500 subs. We were right around that number. So then I said, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're not going to focus on the subscribers. I'm not going to worry about that. What we're going to do is focus on the views. We're going to focus on the views specifically. So in March of 2020, February of 2022, this is the beginning of 2022. In February of 2022, I said, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to work on getting 100,000 views by the end of 2022. That was the goal. 100,000 views by the end of 2022. And I had kind of a soft goal and a hard goal in mind. The soft goal was just 100,000 views. We had 40,000 views at the time, but of those 40,000 views, 36,000 of them were like 3 videos, a couple of shorts, and an advertisement that I had put out there, the Ad Twins ad that you saw at the beginning of the show. So really nobody had been watching. We didn't really have any views. We had 4,000 views over the course of like 2 years, all of 2020 and all of 2021, like 4,000 views, not really a lot. So in my head, I had 2 goals. One was just 100,000, 60,000 by the end of the year. And the other was 140,000, like 100,000 views by the end of the year, in addition to the 40,000 that we started the year off with. So that was kind of the twofold goal. I was going to be really happy if we had the soft one, even happier if we had the hard one. And then uh, and then what happened was we blew that goal completely and totally out of the water. We hit the 100,000 soft goal by July, I think it was, and then we hit the 100,000 hard goal by Barbarella August. So we had blown both of those goals out of the water by August, and then we just kept rolling and kept rolling and kept rolling. And by the end of 2022, we had 500,000 views under our belt. Super duper over the moon excited about that. 500,000 views under our belt by the end of the year, and it was a true 500,000 too. It wasn't like 500,000 like nudged it along with the advertisements and the shorts and all that. It was a true 500,000 views. Most of it came on shorts. I'm not gonna lie about that, but they were a broad spectrum of videos, broad spectrum of views, broad spectrum of watch time and watch hours. And then the next step after that was we needed 1,000 subscribers. We were really, really, really close. We were like at like 750 or so, and I set the goal. I said, look, if we hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of November, that's another thing that came along with it. We weren't going after subscribers, but subscribers came with the extra views. The more people watched, the more people subscribed, and we went from 500 subscribers to almost 1,000 subscribers. I said, you know what, fine, push us over the line by the end of November. I'll fight a kangaroo. Y'all pushed me over the line by the end of November, and try as I might, I have yet to find somebody who is a proper kangaroo keeper who will let me fight their kangaroo. I've got a couple of leads still working them out. We're trying to work them out. The Civic Center said we couldn't stage a fight at the Civic Center. The aquarium where they had the kangaroos nearby said we can't use their kangaroos to fight. I'm working it out. We're getting close. We're getting really close to staging a kangaroo fight. I haven't forgotten that promise. I'm working on it. Besides, I'm pretty sure I could win a fight with a kangaroo. So then the next goal was 5,000 watch hours. Get the 5,000 watch hours, get the monetization, and get moving with it. So that kicked off in earnest at the beginning of this year. We started rolling with it in January, February, March, April, May, June. We rolled into early June, late July, early June, early July, and we finally hit the monetization. We got the number of watch hours that we needed. Cheers, Bimbo Barbarella. Welcome to the party. We got the watch hours that we needed. We hit the monetization goal. Super chats were opened. Super memberships were just activated a couple of days ago. We've got merch links on our videos, and that is actually what part of the unboxing will be. Merch links with our online store, our spring store, so you can get logoed goods. In fact, that's what we're going to do right now. So if you go down into the description of the show, you will see 4 or 5 merchandise items. Sticker, mug, hoodie, t-shirt. They all have the logo on the front. And in this box right here, I went ahead and ordered one just so you can see. So unboxing that, what you get from our Teespring store. And I've never ordered one, so I have no idea. I've never actually held one in my hands. You get a beautiful logoed. This is the first thing that I bought from my Teespring store. Look at that. An Old Humble mug. Nothing on the back. It says the logo on the front. And the best thing about it, you can drink whiskey out of our logoed mug and look like you're actually working. Cheers. I spilt a little whiskey on my... So there you go. You can get... This is part of the monetization deal. You can get merch from our websites right there in the link, in the description of the show. It says it right down there. The description of the show, there's merchandise. You can pick it up. I want to make sure I'm not lying. Look at my phone. In the description of the show, look at it. Where is it at? Somewhere in there is merch. Happy hour. Well, fuck it. I'll make sure it's linked. Don't worry. Glenn's an open. Welcome to the party, Top Shelf Dustin. Good to see you there. But what we've done is over the course of this last month is everybody who joins into chat as support of this monetization effort. Everyone who joins into chat has gotten their name added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory. And everyone who throws in a super chat, for every $1 super chat they throw in, they get an additional entry on the Wheel of Doom and Glory. And members to the channel, your entire annual membership gets added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory automatically. So if you throw in for a $2 a month membership, you get 24 additional entries onto the Wheel of Doom and Glory. If you throw in for the that's the Superfan membership. If you throw in for the Wildcat membership, you get 60 extra entries. If you throw in for the Superfan, or not Superfan, if you throw in for the Roughneck, the top tier, that's 300 entries, and you get to name our studio for a month, at least a month. You get to name our studio for a month, and then everybody gets added to our production screen at the end of the show. Everybody, special shout out to our supporters at the end of the show, like Mr. Jiggs and William Hall. They get special shout outs during the show. Go check out their channels, like their videos, follow them, subscribe them, do all of that stuff. We get special members only chats. Wildcats get an invitation to join our members only sip-alongs, where we will send out samples of our whiskey to our members. They get the samples. They could join us. Those will be member-only chats, open to the public, but member-only chats, so that we can have a forum. Everybody can drink. Everybody can have a good time. so there you go. That's the member program. And I'm going to keep doing these shows. And every time I do a live from the distillery, the first hour or so is members only chat. And after that, it becomes open to the public. In fact, the last 3 or 4 days, I've been building out my tasting room. So y'all were able to watch me as I framed in our tasting room. And you can literally watch me grow the business live as as I build my business, literally from the ground up. Um, not any stretch of the imagination, uh, not by any stretch of the imagination should you use these videos as a how-to video, because I do not know what I'm doing and I am probably doing everything wrong. But it's certainly a way to a way to do things. Oh look, we have a commercial on the show. A mid-roll ad just popped up on my phone as I'm watching the show at the 23-minute mark. At the 23-minute mark. So that's another monetization option that we have. YouTube throws in ads in the middle of the stream. I had that turned on just so I can see where they're going to throw it in and where they're going to sequence it in. So that's, I think over the course of the last week, I've gotten $1.50, or of course of the last 90 days, I've gotten $1.50 off that. That's not a whole lot. Walter Kurt has joined the party. Congratulations, Walter. Thank you for joining me. And you have been added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory. We will spin the Wheel of Doom and Glory at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock, but I'm giving people the remainder of this hour to get in on it. So what's happened with the growth of the channel is basically we went from 0 subs in 2020 to 400 or so at the end of 2020. And then in 2021, we added another 100 subs. And then in 2022, we added like 500. So we were at 1,000, right around 1,000, 1,200 or so at the end of 2022. Right. Well, it was really closer to 1,000, maybe 11, 1,200. I can't remember the exact number at the end of 2022. But now you can see we're at 2,410, like close to maybe 12 or so, 2,410 or 12, something like that. Just a little bit over 12. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn off the middle of the stream ads, Justin. But anyway, we're at 24, like 10, 24, 12, somewhere in that neighborhood. Which means since the beginning of this year, we've added, actually, I think we've added about 1,200 since the beginning of the year. I think we're on course, I think, at this point to add close to 1,500 this year, which will put us at 26, I think, by the end of the year. I'm not exactly, I'd have to double check my notes and see where it's at. I don't remember them, but I've taken copious notes because I don't remember them. But I'm exploring the different options. I'm likely going to turn off the middle of the stream ads until I can figure out, or put them in and sequence them in at 30-minute marks, specifically, so that at 30, I'll have my own timer up so that I know when an ad's coming up at 30 minutes and I can go to the bathroom or something like that. Go refill my whiskey. The Great Wall of China Cabinets is going in. I've taken the measurement of the China cabinet. I took the day off today. I worked a 12-hour hard labor shift yesterday. I was tired today, and I may be coming down with a cold. I'm not 100% sure. Whiskey Uncensored just added their name to the wheel. Everybody who's gotten into chat: Bimbo Barbarella, Top Shelf Dustin, Walter, Whiskey Uncensored, JLM, Steve Erpenbeck, y'all have all gotten your names added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory, by the way. Steve, ERPENBECK, JLM. But yeah, so those some of those mid-roll ads can be 2 to 3 hours long if you don't skip them. Eesh, 2 or 3 hours. Who the hell puts it? Anyway, we'll come back and talk about that later. But I'm exploring the interface. I'm learning how to do it. Trying to get better with it. Trying to get better, like do a better presentation for the show, right? So there you go. But mostly what we're doing tonight is we're making sure that somebody wins this box. Somebody gets their hands on my box. This is a finely appointed chestnut box. And inside this box, the most important thing is we have 5 bottles of whiskey. Our straight whiskey, special reserve, double oak rye, Boomtown bourbon, and a mystery bottle that's not labeled. I don't know what this is. I'm not telling you. Actually, I do know what it is. I know exactly what that bottle is. Just a little something we had laying around the distillery. You're going to get a cigar because whiskey's best friend is a cigar. And you too can have a pair of my biohazard glasses, sunglasses. Um, they're not a sponsor of the show, but I have had them since the beginning of the show. And a fun fact about the show, I started this show not wearing shoes because during the pandemic, we didn't wear shoes around the house very much. Uh, we are, we are, we're not a shoe family generally. We're not generally a shoe family. And during the pandemic, we were barefoot all the time. And doing my show, I was definitely barefoot during the show. And to this day, I generally wear jeans, no shoes, my leather hat, my sunglasses. I've had this flannel since the beginning of the show. We've always done. I mean, this is tradition. This is tradition. This is history. I think I did a handful of shows where I had a vest and a tie, and it felt weird, and I axed that immediately. We've had shows with me and Lisa co-hosting together. I've done shows with panel forums. I've done shows with guests. I can't. I've realized that when I bring in guests, the whole show kind of freezes up, and we have issues seizing the show. Um, so I need to improve my computer before I can start bringing in guests again. The internet connection's great. I started the show doing Wi-Fi rather than a hardwired connection. The hardwired connection is much better than the Wi-Fi connection, as you can no doubt imagine. Um, but that was a lesson that I had to learn. I didn't know how to do it. That was everything that I've done on this channel. I've learned almost um, like almost learned it live. Y'all been able to watch me learn how to do a better show live. And you can, but just by watching the show, you can look at it and see I've got a long ways to go before I have a good show. Uh, our topical conversations I think, are fun. I try to keep it light and breezy and easy. I try not to be very specific about how the country is being ruined by one specific party. Uh, although I did do a show about how the country is being ruined by one specific generation of people. But we've got certain traditions that I've kept and maintained on the show. One thing that has been consistent throughout the entire run of the show, except for once, only one time have I had a guest host fully and totally take my place, and that was Jeff with a G. He fully and totally took my place for an entire episode. I think it was episode 100. Um, in fact, that's exactly what happened. With episode 100, we had for episode 100, what we did, I was on vacation with my family for episode 100 of the first version of the happy hour. And that was going to be, I think that was going to be a giveaway show. So what happened was we did episode 101, we did episode 99, and then the next week we did episode 101 with Jeff with a G hosting. And then the next week we did episode 100 with me hosting, and I gave away the bottle of whiskey. Uh, so we did kind of a sequence of shows, but we did them out of order. Um, and that was the only time I did my show. That was the only time I did my show with somebody else as host, where I wasn't actually on the show. Jeff was a guest host, and out of we're on episode 230. I want to say 234, 235. What's it say in the description? 234. 234 of these shows. And out of 234 of these shows, I have been on all of them except for one. And the only show that I wasn't on was hosted by Jeff with a G. Wild as fuck. Um, Brigham started joining the show. But I'm looking forward to getting a new computer. I'm looking forward to getting the revenue from the channel up. The goal for revenue of the channel is $100 a month. Um, so y'all can kick in those super chats now. I can get y'all for every super chat, for every dollar super chat, you go on the wheel of doom and glory another time. So a $10 super chat puts you on the wheel 10 more times. Right now, I have no problem telling it. Let's talk about the stats. I'm not gonna share the stats because or I'm not gonna share the screen with the stats, but I am going to tell y'all who is on the board right now. So we've got the top two. The top two people on the board right now are Mr. Jiggs and um, William Hall. William Hall had been at 69 entries on the Wheel of Doom and Glory. He had been at 69, but then he had to go and join this show and get into chat and turn it into 70. So he messed that up. Mr. Jiggs is right behind him, and those are both members. Those are my top two. Those are my first two members of the channel. William Hall, Mr. Jiggs. They are at 70 entries and 61 entries, respectively. Behind them, we have a total of 270. Well, it's changed since the beginning of the show. 274 plus we've added, let's call it 280 entries. So Jiggs and Hall have they have an outsized chance of winning, 25%, 30%. We've done this before with trivia. With your trivia points you've gotten on the wheel, and people with like 30% chance of winning didn't get shit. But we've also got Tater Dom, Steve Erpenbeck, with 13 entries, it looks. Commander Lou, Square Table Degenerates, John Longshanks. John, you're not gonna fucking win it, John. Just so you know. Mods are not mods, all mods. That mod, you're exempt. You're exempt from winning, dick. No, that's not true. I'll let John win if he wins. The goddamn bacon, Twisted Art Lady, Sunflowers, Phenom, who joined the chat a few times, Chatio, Wendy's Pocket Change, Vanessa Kitty, JLM, Bourbon School, Very Benjamin Life, Top Shelf Dustin, Walter Kurt, Soldier Girl. Well, by the way, Walter Kurt makes logoed merchandise. He's done our hats, he's done our t-shirts, he's done actually he's done our hats and t-shirts, but he's also done our labels in the past. He's got glassware, pins, koozies, you name it, he can put your logo on it, and he does good work at a good price. So talk to that guy if you need stuff. Triple 3K. 3K. Walter, put your company information there. W. Kirk, go to his channel. He's got all kinds of cool stuff. Soldier Gal, Scott or something, Matt Burke, Tanya Smith or Tara Smith's Kitchen, Steve Nepper, Princess Kickbutt, Polska Bob, Maddie J, John Jacobs, Easy Street with Jen, Cheech, C. Jackson, Bull Rush, Bimbo Barbarella, Ben Clausen, Anthony Wilkinson, Bad X Bourbon, and Whiskey Uncensored have all gotten into chat over the course of the last several weeks, and they are all on the Wheel of Doom and Glory. All of y'all have a chance to win. You can't win if you don't enter. There's William Hall. You can't win if you don't enter. You can't win if you're not present. You can't win if you don't get into chat. I mean, this is 100% fan service. I want to super stickers and super chat are your only option. Really? I wonder why membership. I don't see membership on mine because I don't. Maybe it's all right. I'll fix the membership. Well, I mean, I know memberships are available. Maybe it's only on the desktop where you can join the membership. I don't know. I don't know. I can't see it. Um, can't see it on my phone either. I also don't see my merch. My merch wasn't turned on. That's probably my fault. Um, browse the store. There's the subscriptions. The about page. Uh, hmm. Well, we need to work on that and figure it out. Not for me. No money. Hey, no worries. No worries. There's never obligation, of course. I need some Old Humble ice. That's a really good idea. Get that like fat ice that's sent to your door. Steve, check the channel on the website version. See if it's there. My throat, my allergies act. I didn't sleep a lick last night. My allergies were acting up. My throat, my voice sounds all sexy and gorgeous, doesn't it? Um, I have had this only via a browser. So there you go. Only via browser. Such is life. So there you go. Only via browser. I'll come back to all of these. I will come back to all of this chat at the top of the hour because I'm going to switch over. And that's the other thing that we do on this on the show. We switch over from my topic to Old Humble After Dark. And Old Humble After Dark is literally for those of y'all that remember Art Bell. I switch over and whatever's in chat, I read the chat. I'm thinking about borrowing an idea from the Twitch streamers and do a subathon, and we'll extend the show by uh, by 10 minutes for every chat that comes up or for every super chat that comes. Um, for every for every $1 super chat, we extend the show by a minute. So if you want to extend it by an hour, $60. You know, extend it by a minute, $1. So I will set an end time of like midnight, and we'll just keep going until we run out of stuff to talk about or run out of super chats. Um, oh, there's such a thing as desktop mode. I had no idea. What? Desktop mode. Oh, tell me more. All right, we'll have to deal with that. So William Hall, they're one of our members, and like I said, we don't have a lot of members. I don't have lofty goals. I don't need the YouTube channel to be my main income source. I have a distillery. The distillery is my main income source, or will be my main income source eventually. Um, but uh, what the goal is for the channel is for the income for the channel to go back into equipment for the channel, green screen, lighting, cameras, computer. First off, computer, microphone, camera, lights, green screen maybe, or a backdrop at least. Uh, and then build a table and be able to have a little happy hour table at the distillery so we can have 3 or 4 people come into the distillery and have a live discussion at the distillery like a traditional happy hour. So instead of it just being me in the pandemic studios, will be me and 3 other people at the table having a conversation at the distillery. Uh, an actual happy hour at the distillery with actual live human beings. The alternative to that would be having 2 or 3 people on a computer in a live forum and do a fairly structured format um, so that we don't have 4 people, 5 people, 6 people in little squares on the screen and everybody talking past each other. One person being all like, "Yeah, my cat's," and another is like, "Yeah, I got 3 different wheelbarrows," and then another guy's like, "Yeah, I don't know, yeah, we got mowing lawn," and then like they're all talking back and forth and past each other, and nobody has any idea what anybody's saying. And then once they're all done talking, it's just like, And they're all looking at each other like, okay, who's next? And like, so having a somewhat structured format around 3 or 4 people so that we can all have a discussion, topics to talk about and things like that. What else? But okay, so that, and then there's the and then just being able to for people to come in and offer them, honorariums, or be able to um, talk to actual actors, and give them, a couple $100 to come on the show and talk, as opposed to people who are friends of mine, who are, uh, whomever and whatever, and just try and get lucky and be able to pay bands to come onto the show and perform, and have members only or limited access live performances from the distillery. Uh, just there's all kinds of stuff that we can do using the revenue from the channel, and that's the whole idea, is to have the channel feed the channel, and then eventually, there'd be enough income for the take a royalty off of that, and send it over to the Old Humble Distilling Company. Tater Dom just got his name added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory one more time. Cheers, Tater Dom. Cheers. How's that for some fucking product placement, huh? Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Do all the YouTube stuff you're supposed to do. We've got 15 minutes before we spin the Wheel of Doom and Glory. And there will be 2 spins. Act on your show. Yeah, I can book musical performers on my show for as little as $150. I mean, they're only going to play for an hour or 2 hours or whatever. But it's not going to be a full, like, 3 hour set. Not like Ryan Adam Wells gives me a friend discount, and I'm tired of paying him a friend discount. But yeah, Bimbo, I will pull you onto our show for $100. Absolutely. We can do a remote feed where I can have you turn on your camera, I turn on my computer, you feed through my computer, uh, and you entertain the fuck out of us for $100. Let's go. I know you can play guitar. I've seen you play guitar. I've seen you perform on your channel. By the way, every name you see in chat, go to their channel, subscribe to their channel, find a video, like a video, find a video, like the video, and if you're feeling particularly froggy, go ahead and comment on the video. Just say hi. Hi, great vid. Thanks for the entertainment. Hey, I saw you. Old Humble, the Old Humble guy told me to comment on your video. Thanks. Speaking of, I taught a kid today a math rule, and we changed the math rule because she's a smartass. So when you're adding integers, negative, positive integers, subtracting integers, when the signs are the same, you add the digits. When the signs are different, you subtract the digits. Where the larger of the two number carries the sign, right? So that means -9 plus 6 is going to be a negative number. -12 plus 18 is going to be a positive number because 18 is larger than 12. But what I told her and what she did was, I said, if the signs are the same, you add them. She said, if the signs are the same, you add them. If the signs are different, you subtract them. If the signs are different, you subtract them. The larger of the two numbers carries the sign. The larger of the two numbers carries the sign. I said, so, and she said, so, like, God damn it, stop it. And she laughed and I laughed and I said, okay, well, that's going to be the rule from now on. It has to end in so. What do you do? She looked at it, she said, oh, the signs are different. I said, okay, so the signs are different, you subtract the numbers, right? And the larger of the two numbers, carries a sign. Okay, and so now this rule ends in so. That is forever the changed matrix. So if you're ever looking at the rule for adding integers and of opposite signs, the rule ends in So that means nothing to y'all, but it's funny as hell to me. What I'd really like to have happen, Bimbo Barbarella music program, is to have you come to Houston and perform live. But I have a feeling, I got a feeling, ooh, ooh, that tonight's gonna be a good night. I have a feeling that you're not going to be coming to Houston anytime soon to do live performances. So it would be nice if you did. Then we can meet face to face and we could talk and we could have drinks and you could perform on my stage and that would be kind of cool. But whatever. You just continue to be in Florida and don't come to me. Whatever. I don't care. Look at me not caring. That's me. So in 11 minutes, 11 minutes, I'm going to open up this box. Well, I'm going to give away this box to one lucky viewer. One lucky viewer. You still have time to get on the Wheel of Doom and Glory. Super Chats get you additional entries onto the Wheel of Doom and Glory. Every $1 Super Chat gets you on. Your annual membership amount gets you on the wheel that many times. So this is the box. It is a chestnut finish. That is our straight whiskey, special reserve, double oak rye, Boomtown bourbon. And this is a mystery bottle, which is not labeled. All of these bottles are labeled. And I can prove it. This is our straight whiskey. That is a label. Straight whiskey. It says it right there. Straight whiskey. So you know that that is our straight whiskey. This bottle, however, mysteriously is not labeled. There's no indication on that bottle whatsoever of what it is, or even why it is for that matter, or who it is. And there's a reason for that. There is a reason for that. What you also see at the top of this is a cigar, whiskey's best friend. Whiskey's best friend is a cigar. And then, of course, the pair of these are actually green too. This is the original color green that I got from Arizona when we were, or New Mexico when we were on the road. Of biohazard sunglasses during March, early March, before the pandemic was a pandemic. It was just a coincidence, kismet, if you will. I thought that I lost my pair of green sunglasses when I was in Nacogdoches, but it turns out I had just misplaced them and I found them the next day. And I had ordered an entire box of these biohazard glasses. An entire box of them. You can get an entire box of them. Oddly enough, if you go to these manufacturer sites, you can get an entire box of like 10 or 12 sunglasses for the price that you pay for the sunglasses on little kiosks at the gas stations. Shit you not. Shit you not. But yeah, I paid like $10 for these cheap sunglasses, and I got that box of 12 for $10. Which is why I don't have any problem giving away a vintage pair of green classic shades. Mine that I'm wearing right now are Astros orange because the Astros are going to the American League Championship Series for the 7th fucking year in a row. Whoop whoop! And they're going to be facing the Rangers, which makes it even more delightful. We're going to have an all Texas ALCS, and you know they're up there in fucking Arlington going, we want Houston, we want Houston, we want, and it's like, we want you to want us too. Like, come on, baby. That never turns out good for a team. Never does that turn out good for a team. Anyway, Bimbo, if you're not that good, I'm not going to pay you. That's not how you promote yourself, babe. Come on. Uh, Everything in this box has some connection to either the distillery or the show, or uh, or it's a sentimental box. I'm sending you something that is significant uh, in its connection to the show. It's not merely sentimental. It's tradition, and it is monumentous because it has all four of our whiskeys plus a whiskey that nobody's ever had before. So you're actually getting something that people in the Wildcat tier will be getting sometime in the next 12 months. Uh, so if you win the box, you win the box. But if you don't win the box and you want that fifth bottle, you need to be a Wildcat member. That's how it goes. Um, Otherwise, God have mercy on your soul. Then there's the cigar, which is that's just a connection with me. I like a cigar every once in a while. After a big event, I will sit out on the front patio of the distillery, facing the woods, and I will enjoy myself a victory cigar after a long tour of tastings and samples and selling out store after store after store after store after store. I will sit down and enjoy myself a nice expensive cigar. And by expensive, I mean like $15 for one cigar, which is more expensive than a shot of whiskey that I would never pay $15 for a shot of whiskey. Jesus Christ. Way too much money for a shot of whiskey. I know, Dustin, you're like, oh, $15 for a shot of whiskey, that's not much. No. Like, seriously, $15 for a shot of whiskey? Like, I will pay $8 for a shot of whiskey. And beyond $8, you're getting the same damn experience. I mean, it's not worth another $5. It's not worth another $10. At least not to my palate. I mean, I'm not going to pay $3 for. I'm not going to descend down into $3 for a glass of whiskey, but I will float between the $5 and $12 range. $18 now. $15 for a cigar. That's a nice cigar for me. Plus, it lasts forever. Um, 15 bucks at your bar gets you some crappy whiskey. 15 bucks at my bar gets you some damn good whiskey. I mean, considering a bottle of whiskey is like 16 shots. 16 shots. So 15 times 16 is what? 160, 120, fuck. 150 plus 50, 165? And like double the price of the bottle for the shots. That's like a $80 bottle of whiskey. That's a damn good bottle of whiskey. It's a damn good bottle of whiskey. But I know bars are fucking inflating their prices. A $15 cocktail is just a martini with some cinnamon strips or whatever. We ought to talk about the inflation in the price of cocktails. Where you go to a bar and I mean, it used to be $8 for a cocktail. It used to be $4 for a cocktail. Then it was $8 for a cocktail. Now it's 20 $25 for a cocktail? Are you kidding me? $25 and all you did was mix some sweet and sour and whiskey and shake it up and pour it out? Are you kidding me? You're not that good of a bartender. Oh, that's the other thing you get on my shows. You get a good hard round. I'm not going to go, I mean, I feel it. I feel it building. Like I could talk about fucking bartender. Like, people who call themselves bartenders, who all they do is pour alcohol over ice, or they pull a fucking lever and they fill a glass with beer, or even worse, they take a can up out of some goddamn ice and they go, here you go, give me a tip. Fuck you. You pulled a beer out of ice and you handed it to me, and I'm supposed to pay you another $1? Come on, that's a Lone Star. I could do that in my own house. You're not a bartender. You're a defender of a cooler. I mean, I still tip you, but Jesus Christ. You're not a bartender. Quit calling yourself a bartender. You're a stuffed t-shirt that puts your hand into ice and pulls it out and hands it to somebody. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're not doing anything special. You're not adding value to that beer. You're not doing anything. And then when they ask you, what do you have in bourbon? And you turn around and look and you go, oh, we got Jack Daniels and Crown Royal and Wild Turkey and Johnny Walker. The three of those aren't bourbons. Fuck you. I'm still going to give you $1 for the drink, but god damn, at least know something about your drink. At least know how to mix a drink. Don't have to look, don't go into a book and look up the recipe for a martini. It's vermouth and whiskey, for God's sakes. Or Manhattan, rather. Martini is vodka or gin. Jesus Christ. Why? And if you're sitting there doing dances with the bottles, just stop it. Stop it. We don't need fucking bartenders dancing. Like, Cocktail in the 1980s ruined bartending for everybody. Because all I want to do is go to a bar and get a goddamn Bloody Mary. And now you're building a fucking Bloody Mary with shrimp cocktails and a sausage and a whole fucking pool floaty. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't need that. All I need is Clamato and vodka and some Worcester sauce, and that's it. And by the way, Bloody Marys are terrible drinks. Don't drink them. The only reason why people think Bloody Marys are good is because they have vitamins and minerals and vodka, and you're hungover and anything tastes good. And oh, by the way, Bloody Marys taste like shit when you're sober because they're terrible drinks. The only reason you want to drink it is because you had a bad night and you want to punish yourself in the morning. Quit it. Don't drink so damn much the night before. Then you won't act like a Bloody Mary's a good drink. Although I wouldn't mind having a shrimp cocktail in the morning. That actually sounds pretty good. But I don't want to have a Bloody Mary with it. I want an actual fucking shrimp cocktail. Because you know what? Shrimp cocktails taste good. You know what doesn't taste good? Bloody Marys. Bloody Marys are terrible drinks. I've never had a Bloody Mary that tasted good. I mean, they've sat there and put time and energy into making something that's garbage. Why would you do that? Just take all the stuff and throw it in the trash. Just toss it because it's horrible. Horrible. And if you're drunk enough, if you're hungover enough, you'll dive into that trash can with a straw and you'll drink that Bloody Mary up because you're hungover and miserable. And shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Ugh, Bloody Marys. God. No reason to drink a Bloody Mary. None whatsoever. Except that you hate yourself. You hate yourself. Whoever or whatever you did the night before is still stuck on the roof of your mouth. You haven't opened your eyes all the way. You hate the sun. You can't see the lights. You're just not happy. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Like yourself more than what a Bloody Mary says to you. Are we there yet? We're there yet. It's 11 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, entries are closed. Entries are closed. Nobody else can be added to the Wheel of Doom and Glory. You are either in or out. And if you are out forever. May God have mercy on your soul. Must be present to win. I've said that before. I will give people 30 minutes to, or 15 minutes. I'll give people 15 minutes to accept their prize. If they're not on the show, you have a chance to be on the show. Notifications have been out there. The show's been going for over an hour. We do this show every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. If you don't know that the show's going on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock by now, well, like I said, may God have mercy on your soul. All right. As I've said before, there are two I've got this. Hold on. Hold on. That should have fixed it. Okay, so Tater Dom, your name came up. You were removed. Your one instance of your name was removed. All the other instances of your name are still on the wheel of doom and glory. Now we spin the wheel for the spin of glory. This is the person who wins the box. The box. You get my box. You get in my box. What is in my box? That is a great question. I'm happy to answer it for you. Once again, there are 5 bottles of whiskey in my box. Straight whiskey, special reserve, double oak rye, Boomtown bourbon, and a mystery bottle, which I have not labeled. There's a reason I haven't labeled it. A pair of sunglasses, which are our biohazard sunglasses, which I am wearing tonight, and I've worn for 234 instances of this happy hour episode, and a cigar that you can enjoy with your whiskey. It is a finely handcrafted box, chestnut finish, whiskey enclosed cigar and sunglasses, so you too can be as cool as me while drinking your whiskey and enjoying your cigar. It's a flavored cigar, so be prepared for that. Now, are we ready for the spin of glory? The spin of glory of the wheel of doom and glory. Are we ready for the spin of glory for the wheel of doom and glory? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah? Can I get a hell yeah from the congregation? I need to get at least one hell yeah from the congregation to let me know that y'all are ready for the wheel of glory. If y'all aren't ready for glory, that's fine. I'll just go back to here. We'll spin the wheel of glory later. If y'all aren't ready for glory, that is fine. Because I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's whiskey, cigars. It's a mystery bottle of whiskey. It's sunglasses. It's a box. It's a wooden box. You know what you can do with a wooden box that has gold filling, gold velour, velvet lining? You can do so much with that box. You can you can You can poke it with your finger. You can rub it on the inside. You can you can put 2 fingers on it and just kind of rub it on the top of that box. You can do all kinds of things with this. You can stuff things in that box. You can pull things out of that box. You can take your whole fist and put it inside that. But this box is big enough to fit your whole fist inside of it. You can abuse this box if you wish, but I don't recommend you abuse the box. You should treat this box with love and care and kindness and tenderness, because this box will be with you for as long as you want this box to be with you. It has inside of it wonderful things. But I see we got a hell yeah from the congregation, so we're going to spin the wheel of doom and glory for the spin of glory. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the winner of the box, the Old Humble Distilling Company gift box with 5 different whiskeys produced by the Old Humble Distilling Company, 4 labeled, 1 unlabeled mystery bottle of whiskey. Oh my God, what could it possibly be? That winner is... bing, 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 bing. William Hall. William Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all occasions, children of all ages, children of all occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, children of all ages, William Hall is the winner of the box. We're going to remove that name from the list. William Hall, you have done a wonderful thing, good sir. You have won. You are the winner. Info@oldhumbledistilling.com. Send me your email or your address, and I will send this box to your house. It will arrive at your doorstep. You will get this box in a few days. I'm going to close my screen there. Close it. Improve performance of the stream. Guys, William, congratulations. Congratulations. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for being a member. I was honestly, I mean, if I want to be like, nope, that's the wrong screen. Next. If I want to be completely honest, if I were being completely honest, I was secretly hoping that a member would win, one of the two members, but I could not put my finger on the scale to make that happen. This was 100% chance, and I am. Oh, there's Azaleas back in the house. Cheers, Azaleas. You were on the wheel. You were absolutely 100% on the wheel. Um, I mean, I know we're not supposed to have favorites. I'm not allowed to have favorites, but I didn't. I didn't have like one member over another. But the goddamn bacon joins the party. Okay, I've got to scroll all the way up and find out like where I should start. You know what? I'm going to go all the way up to the beginning. We're going to go all the way up here. This is where I was talking about the fights. But actually, I'm gonna take a quick scan at chat real quick to see what I'm missing. Truly, William. Okay, I'm gonna get all the way down. Congratulations, William. Everybody is congratulating you. You deserve it. You're one of my early members. I appreciate it, Mr. Jiggs. You're going to get a special prize for being a first member. It's not going to be a box of whiskey. It's not going to be. It's going to be some kind of swag, some kind of merch, something that I can give you. So to say thank you. But you are 100% in my heart, and I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, both of you, and congratulations, William. Build it and they will come. Middle of the stream ads is a bad idea. Yeah, I'm probably going to cancel those. iOS app. Something to mention, I found a viewer has to be on a laptop to find the membership option. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think we've discerned that. Unless, as Top Shelf Dustin says, you get the desktop mode. And there's a way, I think, to do that. Going through Safari, if I'm not mistaken. JLM's in the house. I'm going to scroll through this really fast because I was reading them. I was reading them and commenting on them as the show went on. But this is really the next part of the show is where we do the Old Humble After Dark. And whatever you comment, whatever you say in comments gets read. And I'm going to set a time limit. Midnight is when I'm closing the show. If you want the show to keep going, every $10 super chat makes me go 15 more minutes. So I'm going to read through chat as quick as I can. We're going to get to midnight. At midnight, we close the show. Super chat pops up. We stay open till 15 more minutes. We keep going 15 minutes every $10. Should I do $10 or $5? I'll go $10. Is my all right? My hippie lamp is running. Okay, we're good. Maybe a cold, still nasal drippage. I woke up. Oh my God! Last night I woke up. Speaking of nasal drippage, I woke up with a full-on like drainage issue. Let's be real gross. I have a beard. I have a mustache, right? So I woke up in the middle of the night, like I was sneezing. I sneezed myself awake, and it was like, oh, it was gross. Anyway, cheers, Easy Street. We all know what's in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Gwyneth Paltrow's head. That's what's in the box. That's a reference to Seven. Don't demonetize me. Thank you, Google. Thank you, YouTube. Seven is a great movie, by the way. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to everybody. Shoes in your own house. Yeah, I'm not generally a no shoes person. I generally walk around with shoes, but during the pandemic, we were full on no shoe people. I mean, during the pandemic, I would, God, I'd barely put on jeans. There were nights that jeans just weren't part of the were not part of the equation because we were just. I mean, it was pajama day. Every day was pajama day. We'd just wake up wearing our pajamas. Although when school started up online and they were remote schooling to the kids, well, I made them get up, get dressed, get in their school gear, put on their school clothes, take their shower, put on school clothes, get ready. It's time for school. Every day, we had the same routine that they would have. They get up, get dressed, go to school. Absolutely, 100% of the time. when Lisa was breaking up joining the show, that was Lisa. That was not my computer causing Lisa to break up because I was still functioning when Lisa was breaking up. That was her issue, not mine. But she got that fixed, and then I started breaking up. So, Lisa is one of my favorite people on the whole planet, and I will bring her back on the show as soon as I can. As soon as I can. We probably should have another food episode. She was kind enough to come to my house with my lovely wife and make 4 different Brussels sprouts dishes with my wife for me to prove that I hate Brussels sprouts. They made the 4 best dishes that they could think of, and they were all 4 garbage, except for the one that was a balsamic vinaigrette salad with Brussels sprouts in it. And that was the one that almost made me throw up. But the balsamic vinaigrette was a good flavor. So there was that. That was the one that almost made me throw up because I was like eating it. I'm like, this is great. Oh, wow, look, this lettuce looks like a frog. And I ate it and I was like, ugh, it tastes like, it tastes like, it was a Brussels sprout. It was a Brussels sprout that had splayed out and looked like a frog. It was disgusting. Ugh. No extra side for membership feature unless buried somewhere else that I've never seen. Easy Street. Super stickers, super chats, and memberships. It is almost certainly on the desktop. Almost certainly. Let me look. Do I have an option over here? No, I don't. Because I'm engaged with my audience. Start a Q&A, start a poll. No, I don't want to do that. Super stickers. There's another thing, super thanks, where I can like record a thank you video for people, but I haven't figured that out yet. Old Humble Ice. Are y'all old enough to remember Bud Ice, and Miller Ice? Ice chill, no, ice filtered beer. It was not any different than regular beer. It was just plain old beer. Lost at bowling on Ruby Tuesdays. Having to buy a sink tomorrow. Cat Daddy broke it. Yeesh. Yeesh. I only see it from desktop option. Maybe I can put a link in for memberships. I can like drop a link in. Maybe. Let me see. Let me see here. If I go to my channel, I know it's too late. You can't get entered in now, but we're going to do another one of these. So go to my channel. Let me see if I can find a link, and then I drop the link in the chat, and then I'll pin it. How's that sound? Ice molds to make ice. That's not a bad idea, Dustin. Doing ice molds to make ice is actually a really good idea. With the logo on the ice, I like that idea a lot. Oops. That's not what I want to see. Get rid of that. All right. I've got my monitor over here working on the channel thing. You were too excited. Dude, I've been working so hard the last week. I didn't even update the fucking background. Look at that. Well, not that. I didn't even update the background. Look. Nope. Not that. Chat. There it is. Look, it still says episode 233. I didn't even put the newest episode up there. I haven't updated the production screen. I haven't done anything. I slept this morning until like 11 o'clock. I was so exhausted from yesterday's work. I was so fucking worn out. I'm still worn out. I'm going on fumes right now. Stop it. All right. Look and see here. Manage videos, custom views. Bear with me. Let's see here. If I go to the channel That's the actual channel, right? But that's my channel. That's not what I want to look at. Is it? All right. So if I go to here, I'm about to bring my video up on this side. So if I look at that, I have an option for memberships. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the link. I might get some weird background noise. Don't worry about me. Where do the phone users learn? Cheers, where's William Hall? Then I saw Chat do that. The poor guy's wife woke him up because he was screaming in his sleep. Last time I saw a Chat do that, the poor guy's wife woke him up because he was screaming in his sleep, still live after passing out. Oh Jesus. That sounds dreadful. There's the join link. All right. Almost there. Let's see how this works. Right click. Copy link. Can I do that? No. Copy link. What if I do copy? What happens then? No, it says join. That's not it. Try one more time. I want to copy the link to highlight. Let's see here. All right, so let's just go to it and see what it does. If I click on it, will it go to another page? It did not go to another page. But it does give me this. No. Here's hmm. Hold on. I'm learning over here. I'm a learning monkey. All right. This is not working. Yeah, you can. It looks like you got to do it on the desktop. Looks like you got to do it on the desktop. The more or less describe. I did kind of more or less describe bar. Everybody's talking past each other. Everybody's having different conversations. There's Tater Dumb, Top Shelf Dustin Hall. We're getting very close to the drawing. I'll act on your show for $100. Let's see here. There's got to be a link, right? There's got to be like a link that you can click on, even in the website or the whatchamacallit version, right? All right, so I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. I can't copy the link and post it. It's not letting me. But there's got to be a way to do that. There's got to be a way to do that. Likewise, Top Shelf Dustin, procrastination. We're talking about my husband babysitting Al and us using a road trip to go out west. A distillery trip. Swag baby. Hoping the Braves beat the Phillies to tie it up. Honestly, I haven't even been paying any attention whatsoever to the National League side. You know, it's one of those things where the Lions don't really pay attention to what the sheep do. I don't care. I don't care. I want the Astros. I don't care who the Astros face in the World Series. Like, bring it on. Fucking bring it on. Like, they're all out there shouting, "We want Houston. We want Houston. We want Houston." Good. Bring it on. The Kings don't care. Bring it. It excites me. I love baseball. I absolutely love baseball. Anyway. All right, so I got to get back to where I was on the on my monitor over here, so I can see what I was looking at. You know what? Maybe I'll just hit the back button. Maybe that'll do the trick. Do 3 clicks should do it. Do bars still have $5 shots even? Well, I think if you go to the right bar, you can get $5 shots. Um, maybe it's specialty nights. I don't know. You get Jack Old 7 and Jim Beam for 5. I go, why? I know, right? Why are you? Well, I mean, if you're gonna drink Jack, you should probably only drink shots of Jack, or have it dumped into a Coke. Uh, 5x return on bar. Bars target 5x return on drinks. That makes sense. I've never run a bar, so I wouldn't know. Um, I really don't. I have no idea how to run a bar. Never been interested in running a bar. Pappy Van Winkle tasting of $150 fucking dollars. God damn. That's a lot of money to spend on whiskey. Like, I'm not saying that it's not worth spending $150 to have the experience, because Pappy's like rare and special and all that. Like, to be able to say I sat down and had I I I had a conversation with Elon Musk or whatever. It's a rare and special opportunity and occasion, right? Lunch with Warren Buffett, you know. Um, I was able to sit across from Jeff Bezos, whatever, however the fuck you pronounce his name. I could really feel how exploding workers was good for everything. But was the whiskey worth 150? Like 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 if you're being honest with yourself, like if you drink it, you take it, you swirl it, you take a sip, was it really 15 times better than a $10 shot, a $10 cocktail? Was it really 30 times better than a $5 shot? Was it 30 times better than Jack? And that's subjective. That's 100% subjective. What's twice as good, 3 times as good, 10 times as good, 50 times as good, 30 times as good, 100 times as good? But God damn, you take a 2-ounce shot of a $5 whiskey, let's say, 2-ounce shot that cost you $5 versus a 2-ounce shot that cost you 30 times as much. Is it worth it? Is it worth 30 times more? Subjective, completely and totally subjective. But I mean, you go to like a fancy schwancy French restaurant, whatever, and they give you like the whole French restaurant experience with the maitre d'. Like, oh, can I have your table, sir? What is your name? Where can I put your table, sir? And you're like, okay, Gaston, no problem. We'll go. I'm over there at that fucking table. Like, okay, monsieur, let's go with monsieur. And they prance over to the table, how French people do, and they put you down at the table, and the 5 different people come up and they give you your napkin in your lap, and the other person pours your water, and the other person gets your champagne, and the other person brushes off the table, and blah, 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 blah. There's like a whole team of them, and you get the whole like experience, right? That's cool. I get that. Totally cool. Totally down with it. Totally cool. Like the experience. And the food has to be at least 2 or 3 times better than what you're going to get at Chili's, or uh, you know, uh, it's a better presentation. It's better, like a, a steak that's medium rare is good whether you get it at Chili's or you get it at Chateau de blah blah blah. It's a fucking steak that's medium rare, and it tastes like a steak that's medium rare, and it's good. But what you pay for at the fancy restaurant is a team of people coming and fluffing your nuts every once in a while. That's what you pay for at the fancy restaurant. You pay for the service, not just the food. And granted, the side dishes on the food are going to be a little bit better. The presentation, the whole aura of the whole place, it's going to be a little bit better. When you just got a glass container with whiskey in it for 10 times the price of a glass container with whiskey in it, is it worth 10 times? Is the taste, and Dustin may be able to tell me more about this, but is it really? I've yet to come across. I really have. I've had $400 bottles of champagne that tasted like really good $50 bottles of champagne. And it tastes like, I've had $120 bottles of whiskey that tasted like really good $50 bottles of whiskey. You know, at what point do you look at it and go, this is not twice as good? This is not 3 times, this is not 4 times as good as, it's marginally better, but is it 4 times? At what point do you just admit that you're paying for the label? You're paying for the prestige. You're paying for the prestige of paying for a $500 bottle of champagne, right? You're showing off. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with showing off. Show off. Do your thing. Be you. Like, drop it out. Lay it across the table. Poke the person on the other side. You can do it. Do it. And then, roll it back up, throw it over your shoulder, and swagger out of the room like a fucking boss. Do it. But worth and value, I don't know. I don't know. And I see that too, because I sell my whiskey. It's $60 bottle of whiskey. I gotta like explain to people, like, this is definitely worth 60. It's a one of a kind. True Texas original, one of a kind, tastes like nothing you've ever had before. When you put my junk in your mouth. Dive bar in a while. For basic beam, $7 more. Yeah. And that's what I expect when I have a shot. When I have a drink, I expect $8 whiskey, $8 cocktails. That's my expectation. Of course, that's probably a 20-year-old expectation. I know they're probably $10 now. I don't really pay that close of attention. But in my mind, I think I'm paying $8 for a drink. Definition of trending? I don't know. Over tipping obligations for bartending, I don't mind. If you are actually doing something as a bartender, I do not mind one bit. If you're an actual bartender, if I ask you to make a drink, I need to get another piece of ice. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. Let me put my girls on. Be right back.
Is your bar looking a little ordinary? Is it lacking something awesome? Well, head out to your local liquor store and pick up something extraordinary. Grab a bottle of Old Humble Straight Whiskey or Old Humble Special Reserve. They're clean, smooth, easy drinking whiskeys that taste the way whiskey should taste. From humble beginnings to an extraordinary finish, Old Humble whiskeys are what your bar needs today. Walk tall, be awesome, and drink humble. Old Humble Straight Whiskey and Old Humble Special Reserve. Get yours today.
Chat. There we go. Sorry about that. Hope it wasn't in the dark too long. Actually, I don't care. But yeah, if you're an actual bartender, if I ask you to mix me a drink, if I ask you to make a drink, do the proper ratios, even if it's a rum and coke, something simple as a rum and coke. I'm asking you at the baseline level to be attentive. If I belly up to the bar and I, wave down at you, like I expect you to be able to come over, like prompt service, come over and say, hey, what you need? All right, here you go. That's it. I mean, baseline level, right? Baseline level. You show up, like a waiter and waitress. You show up, you make sure I don't run out of water. You make sure I have coffee. You make sure my dishes are pulled away when I'm done eating. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Baseline level. I'm not asking you to fluff my nuts every once in a while. I'm just asking you to take away the dirty dishes and make sure that I have water. That's it. Silverware is a benefit. Makes it easier to eat. Yeah, I'm eating at a fancy restaurant that has silverware. I mean, I don't ask for much. I don't ask for much. I definitely don't ask for much from my bartender. Say, I want a Lone Star. That's it. Here you go. That's it. That's your job. For the most part, the vast majority of bartenders, that's your job. There you go. That's it. Put a napkin around it. And I'll give you $1 for the drink. Cool. Thanks. The $25 beer, you're getting $1. $1 for opening it and handing it to me. That's all you did. Now, if I ask you to even moderately mix something, whiskey on the rocks, that's not mixing anything. But if I want a gin and tonic or even saying it just makes me want to throw up. Crown and Coke, a rum and Coke, something. If I'm in the mood for a thing, White Russian, Black Russian, we're doing Sex on the Beach. We're doing something, whiskey sour. If I'm getting crazy and exotic, I will, like, legit, like, if you know what you're doing, yeah, I'll appreciate that shit 100% of the time. But if your idea of a whiskey tonic is, here you go, canned whiskey tonic, are you fucking kidding me? You're not a bartender. You're an order taker. You're a server at that point. You're not a fucking bartender. Ugh. And yeah, a defender of a cooler. That's why I said that. And I will die on that hill. You're making sure on a baseline level that the customers don't get their own beer out of the cooler. You're keeping a tally. You're a tally taker. You're a tally man. That's it. You are defending the cooler. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Because you know what I can do at a cookout? I can go reach into the cooler and get a beer. But if it comes down to it, you want to make sure your friends don't, you bring a 6-pack of beer. You want to make sure that one friend doesn't drink all 6. You want to make sure there's enough for everybody. You have a case of beer. You want to make sure that one guy doesn't drink 12. You put somebody on the cooler to make sure that one guy doesn't drink 12. Because there's 4 of you. So, like, all of you should have a 6-pack. You want to make sure that one guy, you have a defender of the cooler. That's what bartenders are in most bars. They're standing there to make sure that that one guy doesn't drink all the whiskey or all the beer. That's it. That's your role. That's your job. And yeah, I'll pay you $1 a drink for that. Make sure I get my drink. That's it. That's what I need to do. Hey, I want another Lone Star. Okay, here you go. I've gone to bars where I've ordered 3 drinks because I had no faith in the bartender to be able to make sure that I could get another drink. I was just like, she sucks, he sucks, whatever. Give me 3. And I went outside and I sat on the patio and I drank all 3 beers over the course of an hour and a half or so. And I left. I was done. That was it. I paid my tab and I was done. I paid for them up front. Tend, care for, or look after, give one's attention to. Bartender. Yeah, that's accurate. You nailed it. That's it. They're babysitting the bar. That's it. They're just making sure that one guy doesn't drink all the drinks. That's it. You nailed it. 100%. One finger whiskey at the airport is $15 at the airport? God, don't ever drink at the airport. Don't ever drink at the airport on your own money. Drink at the airport on a company tab. Is that definition just the defender of the cooler? Oh God. Mexican shrimp cocktail is the best. See, missing. That's what you're missing about the Bloody Mary. I substitute bourbon. I've had a bourbon base. I did a show on that. I did a cocktail corner. It's called a uh, bloody bull, bloody Jack. But it was whiskey and Bloody Mary mix, and it tastes like shit. And welcome to the party, Bacon. You were 4 minutes late to be in on the drawing, an additional entry in the drawing, but you were on the wheel of doom and glory. And welcome to the party, by the way. It's happy to I am happy to have you here. It's good to see you. Cheers. I haven't been available the last couple of Fridays. I popped into chat once or twice, I think. Well, that's another YouTube all-star right there. The goddamn Bacon. Fireball is not bourbon. God damn it. Bacon, that's as bad as saying your favorite bourbon is Crown Royal. In fact, well, actually, that's worse than saying your favorite bourbon is Crown Royal. Chance won $150 on a $3 scratch off last week. Congratulations, Bimbo. You've been having a great month, or a great couple of months. Cancer free, and you won $150. Nice. I feel like I'm watching a dubbed foreign film with the audio and video out. Is the audio and video out of sync? Are we out of sync? Am I out of sync? All right. I think I might. Well, that was before I fixed my audio problem. Okay. No sound, no audio. A comment offended humble sound. That is a great. Uh, I am sorry. I had set up everything except the audio on that scene. I set up everything except the audio. My mistake. My apologies. Sorry about that. So Tater Dom was the Doom role. My God, I wasted everything. It was a great monologue too. It was this is the spin of doom. Somebody blah 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 blah. The first spin. You knew the rules. You knew the rules, Dom. I appreciate the fact that you've paid attention enough that you know the fucking rules. Reach out to me with your address. I don't have a second box, but reach out to me with an address. Info at. Let me put it in there. Info at Old Humble. Oops. It's UMBLE. It's in our About page. I need William Hall to contact me and Tater Dom to contact me. And welcome back to the party, Azaleas. Welcome back. It's good to see people joining us a second time. I'm glad you were texting the first. You were driving the first time you joined us. It's good to see you back. We will be back at the building in a couple of days. I've got to put in a ceiling, a roof on my tasting room. There's Bacon, Dom, Bacon. Yeah. Hell. Anticipation. Ready for the left. Ready on the right. Already the witness line. You load it with charcoal and cook a meal. What? I don't, what the. I'm trying to figure out what this comment was in relation to. I do not remember. It doesn't matter. William Hall wins. Auto carrot, correct. A, a chef or a chief? No. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. No. What's the joke? A priest, a minister, the Easter bunny. No. The priest, a minister, Santa Claus. No, that's not right. A priest, a rabbit, and a U.S. Marine all walk into a bar. The Marine and the priest look at each other. They say, "What the fuck's he doing in here?" And the rabbit says, "It's autocorrect, guys." Because it was supposed to be a rabbi. But an auto. Oh, yeah, I'll catch up. You'll figure it out. Think about it later. Replay it. Keep that pimp hand strong. Bro, what? All right. I don't know what the pimp hand means. Holy moly, congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Hall. Congratulations, Mr. Hall. Well, I've certainly did many things with that different boxes, but Fustenf one hasn't made the list. Fustenf one hasn't made the list in part because I have pretty large hands and that might be a bit. What the fuck are you people talking about? Oh. I remember. Never mind. Oh, I remember. Never mind. Okay, I remember. It's cool. This show's getting long. I'm tired. I think I have a cold. I didn't sleep at all last night. I should probably wrap the show up at midnight and go to bed. But like I said, I'm gonna get through chat. If y'all want me to stay up, super chats keep me up. I'm looking forward to that mystery bottle. You know what would be really funny if I swapped out the mystery bottle for just distilled water. Can we use sort his bills in? You can absolutely use the box to sort his bills in. It might be a bottle of blood. It might be a bottle of Bloody Mary mix. It very well might. Bloody Mary mix would be red though, because it is basically tomato. I'm going to do a show on Bloody Marys. I'm going to do a show on Bloody Marys. We're gonna do it. That's the bourbon. That's the straight whiskey. And by the way, this box was handmade. Where'd the bottle go? Oh, there it is. This box was handmade. Hand finished. So it's definitely not Bloody Mary mix. It's definitely some kind of whiskey. It is brown water. Definitely some kind of whiskey. But that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a show on the history of the Bloody Mary. We're gonna depart from. Well, no, I've done rum and coke. I've done non-whiskey episodes before. I've done absinthe. I've done rum and coke. I've done what other things have I done? Gin. Next week we'll do a show on the Bloody Mary. We will do the history of the Bloody Mary on next week's show. Yeah, yeah. And I'm gonna try. I'll try 3 different recipes I'll try the original recipe, whatever the original recipe is. I'll try a mix, and then I'll try a uh, prominent local bars Bloody Mary. We'll cut to a video. We'll do a prominent local bars Bloody Mary. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do a departure of the norm. I'm gonna do a recorded video and cut to the recorded video. What the fuck you think about that, internet? Oh, that's gonna be fucking awesome. Next week. Yeah, we're gonna do that shit. Truly the William file. All right, moving on. We're gonna do. I need to write that down so I don't forget it. It's late. I am prone to forget things at this hour. Bloody Mary, and like I said, I'm not a fan of Bloody Marys. Mary show. It may be 2 weeks from now because I've got to record the show. I've got to record the video, so it may be 2 weeks. But it's happening. It's coming up next week, week after that, something like that. Big gloves. Congrats, Will. Swag and merch. By the way, speaking of swag and merch, if you need swag and merch, Walter there, W. Kurt, he'll hook you up. Walter Kurt there, he'll hook you up with the swag and merch. I know Boomtown to celebrate. That's my boy. By the way, our Boomtown bourbon and other whiskeys are available online. The link is in the description down below, but also oldhumbledistilling.com. Old Humble, BLEDISTILLING.com/shop online. That's the website. DM. Enjoy your show so much, Mr. Humble, but 6 comes early. I love you bunches, Bimbo. Have a good night's sleep. I appreciate you joining me. Cheers and good night. Call you tomorrow, let you know sync repair and shenanigans. I love the fact that y'all carry on conversations and chat without me. Y'all just he's 45 minutes behind in chat. We're just gonna talk. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate the community, by the way. Miss Lisa, Christian Mingle took her. It wasn't Christian Mingle. It was Bumble, if I'm not mistaken. But she'll be back. I think she'll be back. Because I think she'll be back. I think she'll be back. One of my favorite things, speaking of sleeping 12 hours last night, I fell asleep last night, or I think I went to bed last night around 2. One of my favorite things to do is around 11 o'clock. After my wife goes to bed, I sit down on the couch. I'm done. I'm kind of winding down. I get myself a late night snack. My late night snack is usually either grapes or raisins, or cheese, something like that. Not like anything extravagant. I'm not like eating chocolate at midnight. But then I turn on Netflix and flipping through the shows and seeing what movie I'm going to fall asleep to. What movie do I want playing in the background while I fall asleep? Because I'm not going to watch all of The Incredible Hulk. I'm going to fucking fall asleep. Some videos uploaded, and that's it. Yeah, that's a productive day, quite honestly. Found that Pappy's 20 years better than 25. We got a 5-year Pappy's in the lottery. Yeah. And you see, that's one of the things that I find interesting when I do tastings. Is you expect the older to be better, but that's not always true. There's like a flavor curve. That it comes to a point where it's good enough, and then it stops being better. It's very interesting. Champagne Dom Perignon tastes terrible. Yeah, it definitely does not taste like a $400 bottle of champagne or $100 bottle of champagne. If you buy it retail, it's like 150. If you buy it from a hotel or something, it's like 400. And quite frankly, I am happy with a $20, $30, $40 bottle of champagne. It does not need to be expensive. Quite the contrary. Cheaper champagne for the most part is just fine. Pour is a joke for the whiskey, but for an ounce of whiskey, I mean, I can see where the experience is worth it. Where the overall experience of having the thing, you know, like Charlie Sheen said, you don't pay for him to show up, you pay for him to leave. Uh, uh, the overall experience. There's value in that. But, you know, if I'm sitting on my couch in my sweatpants with a glass of whiskey, that's not an overall experience. I'm not I'm not I'm not chilling out around the campfire with my friends drinking a $300 bottle of whiskey. I'm not chilling out around the campfire with my friends drinking a $100 bottle of whiskey. 50, 60, 70 might be in the upper range, but like I'm down with 40 to 70. That's my comfort range of whiskeys. Less than 40 is usually, I don't know. I'm not usually shopping in 20, 30, 40 or 20 or $30 whiskey range. I'm usually shopping in the 40, 50, 60, top end is 70. But you know, it's a luxury. It's a luxury notion. You know, if when I come home from work and I'm exhausted and I want to sit down and just like melt into my chair and just relax here in my studio where I mean, this is my man cave. I have like my bookshelf and stuff behind the camera that you can't see, my art and my guitar and all the stuff that I have back there. Like when I just want to melt into my recliner and this is my zone. Like that's not that's where I want to have my really premium shit, my good stuff. That's where I'm having the stuff that I don't share with my friends. That's my bottle of whiskey. That's mine. That's where and there are days when I come home and I'm just like I just want to sit down, have a beer, and leave me the fuck alone. Just give me 30 minutes. Sit down, have my beer, relax. Most of the time I come home from my office, I come home from a trip, I'm like, let's go. I'm home, I'm ready, I'm having fun. Let's go. I'm tired, but I want to have fun. You know, I'm happy to be home with my family. That's most of the time. There are those days where I just come home. I don't even go that way. I just come right in here. I sit down. I pour myself a drink. Like, give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Let me have my drink. Let me have my time to myself. Let me look at my Bob Ross painting. Let me watch a couple of videos. Just give me a minute. All right. It's good. We're good. Everything's good. I'm happy. Let's go. What's up, family? Let's have some fun. And then we go and we tear shit up because that's what we do. But that's the stuff that's the super premium stuff. That's the stuff that I don't share. And what I like about my whiskey is that it's in that price range where it's good enough, it tastes good enough, it's priced right, where you can like enjoy it yourself as that special drink, but also share it with your friends. Because it's not so expensive that you don't want to share it with your friends, but it's not so cheap that you don't want to like treat yourself with it. So you can have like two bottles, one for yourself and one for your friends. That's the idea. That was the goal to make a whiskey that's good enough to share, but also good enough to relax with. It's a $150 bottle priced at $60. That's the goal. That was the goal. All right. Oh shit. It is now midnight. I got to catch up. Catch up to chat. Here we go. With luxury goods, there's diminished returns. Comes down to how good you demand. Yeah, that's it. With luxury goods, that is the best way to put it. Is a Bentley that much better than a Chrysler? I don't know. I've never driven a Bentley. I couldn't tell you. The bar I was at today, I had charging on 150 for a 2-ounce port. Jesus. Jesus. Make an exception, but after a 2-ounce pour of cellar aged, it's at 48. Good call. So it's a little bit more reasonable. It was good. I wouldn't pay more than 200 for a bottle. Good point. For a 2-ounce pour. Whoa. Slow down. Get back up there. Where were we? That's mine. There we go. These are 2-ounce. Who needs a 2-ounce pour? The 2-ounce pour is a proper shot, man. Well, I guess one and a half is a proper shot, but total and sync. Golly, we're so far behind. Just 15 minutes. I'll send an email. $150 for every Pappy bottle. 10, 12, 15, 20, and 23. Goddamn goals. Get some rest. Thank you, Dom. I will, in fact, do that. And thank you for reminding me to stay hydrated. You were the guy who reminded me to take drinks all during that construction project. I appreciate that because if not for you, I would have not. I did not remember to hydrate myself. You continue to remind me, and I do appreciate that. Full line minus Sweet Dustin. Sweet Dustin, not Sweet Dustin. Big difference. Yeah, next week, either watch for the thumbnails to come out. It will either be next week or the week after. Or we're going to do Bloody Marys. We're going to do vodka, Bloody Mary mix. I'm going to do a handmade, a mix, and local bars signature Bloody Mary review. We'll see what we got. And I do not like Bloody Marys. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I don't like them. They're horrible. They are terrible drinks. They're drinks that people drink as repentance for the previous night. The penitent man shall drink. You've already ruined your night by getting shit-faced drunk. You ruined your morning because you're hungover like a motherfucker. You wake up and you're like, I feel like shit. So what do? You do what the penitent man does. You dig your penance. You drink a Bloody Mary. It's awful. It's got celery, tomatoes, vodka, the hair of the dog that bit you. It's got some alcohol. It's got some vitamins. It's got some vegetables. It's awful. Awful. Awful, I tell you. Better to do, just drink plenty of water the night before, moderate your alcohol intake, and then you don't have to worry about a hangover the next day. You've moderated your alcohol intake, you're hydrated the night before, so you wake up, you're not like brisk and fluffy tailed, but you're not destroyed and ruined. You're somewhere in between. You're normal. You're well rested, but not like overly well rested because you drank the night before. You stayed up too late. Let's not fool anybody. You stayed up too late. You overdid it. You drank alcohol. Your body has to work to metabolize that while you sleep. So you did not get 8 hours of sleep. You got 4. You're under rested, but you wake up and you feel fine. You're not wrecked. You're not ruined. You're not waking up on the tail end of recovery, which is what a hangover is. You wake up and you're fine. Well, when you wake up hungover, then you have to take the vitamins, you have to get extra minerals, you have to get your vegetables, you have to get yourself hydrated, and it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of alcohol in your system to ameliorate the effects of the hangover. And that's literally what alcoholics do in the morning. They wake up in the morning, they have their Cheerios and a shot of vodka. You are doing what alcoholics do. when you drink a Bloody Mary for breakfast. Like, come on. It is a terrible fucking drink and a bad habit to get into. But for the views, for the internet, for science, I am willing to jump in front of that bullet for you. And we're going to do it. I'm going to do a mix, I'm going to do the handmade recipe, and then we will do the signature drink from a local bar. All three. Yeah, absolutely. You got to pay for aged whiskey flavors. It's not good, bad, but taste cost different. That's the best way to describe it. You're paying for something different. You're paying for different. You're not paying for more. You're not paying for less. You're not paying for extra. You're not paying for flavor. You're paying for different, and that makes sense. That justifies it. Without any question. The horse races are going on. We don't have horse races in Texas. It's 200 now for Dom Perignon. Let's see here. There's William Hall. His name is green because he's a member. You could be a member too. You can make your name green. Oops. Go back up. There he is. He crashed. Good night, William. Congratulations on your box. I see the little dot next to my email to show that you I have received an email today. So I will. Y'all can hear my voice slurring, right? Talk slower. Kind of hide the slur of my voice so I can talk a little bit slower. Prosecco strong. That's gonna fucking. I can't talk that slow. I cannot talk that slow. Although I have learned that I talk fast. I've had several people tell me that I talk too fast. All right, onward. Cheers. Jiggs is back in the house. Mr. Jiggs is back in the house. There's Easy Street with Jen. Good night, Jiggs. Good night, boss. Good night, Easy Street. Sweet dreams. See you next time you're here. Good night. Who was it? I always picked on her, like Miss something. She had the big floppy hat, sitting by the pool, manservants. Golly, Miss. I miss her. She needs to come back. Keep your salad out of my drink. Get off my lawn. I got class. That is so fucking appropriate. I don't want your fucking celery in my goddamn cocktails. Get off my goddamn lawn, you stupid kids. That cloud looks like a fucking Mexican. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I'm not that old. I'm not that cranky. Fucking people coming over here with their goddamn celery in my goddamn drink. I don't need fucking celery in my drink. I just need my drink to taste like goddamn whiskey. I don't need my whiskey to taste like a fucking salad. Who even needs to have salad in a goddamn drink? I just need to have a fucking shot of whiskey. And thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your goddamn day and get off my lawn or I'm gonna shoot you with some buckshot. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's an old Elvis yelling at people. Thank you very much. You got a goddamn hound dog. Get the fuck off my blue suede shoes, or I'll shoot you with my buckshot. Thank you very much. Get the fuck out of here. I love when the unexpected shit that comes up in chat. Oh Lord. All right, it is midnight. It's after midnight. I'm ready to wrap it up, guys. Y'all have been wonderful. This has been a wonderful show. Congratulations to William Hall. With gin, there are dry ones. What? What? With gin, there are gin, Jen, not Gin. What the fuck are you talking about, Bacon? Easy fruit, then there are dry ones. Dry what? What did Jen say? Mr. Jiggs. Mr. Jiggs, where is it? Good night, everyone. Good night. What did she say was wet or not dry? Oh, prosecco. Dry proseccos. Gotcha. Gotcha. Dry ones, proseccos, dry proseccos. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, I am not. If I were not at home, I would not feel comfortable going home right now. I've been overserved, as they say in the industry. I've been overserved. I have been overserved, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody fucking froze my camera. That's all right. I have a solution to this problem. So, we're going to wrap up the show. It has been a long night. It's been a good night. And I appreciate all of y'all's support. So, what we're going to do is final toast and good night to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. That was a toast. I can hold off on that for just a second. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Congratulations to William Hall for picking up the box of samples that I will be sending out to him shortly. It'll arrive in your, I don't know, wherever you receive packages, your package receiver report. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for your memberships. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it from the very bottom of my heart. It is because of you that we've been able to grow the channel. It's because of you that we've been able to promote the brand. It's because of you that we've been able to grow our distillery and the business. And I truly appreciate it. Next week, we'll be talking about Bloody Marys. So join me next week for all the fun and hijinks. And don't forget to be awesome to each other. And come on. Don't forget to be awesome to each other. There we go. And and make the world a better place. You can do it because it's your garden to tend and nobody else can tell you what to do. Cheers. Good night.